Welcome to a journey into calm. In this video, we'll gently explore 75 powerful sleep hacks, each one designed to quiet your mind, relax your body, and guide you peacefully into rest. No pressure, no rush. Just soothing ideas, softly explained, to help you drift off naturally. Let go of the day. Close your eyes. And let sleep find you. Let's begin. 1. Breath count fade out. Imagine lying in bed, the lights are low, and the world feels quiet. Now, gently shift your focus to your breath, that simple, automatic rhythm that keeps you alive. The breath count fade out is a deceptively simple but deeply effective sleep hack. You begin by inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling gently through your mouth. On each exhale, count a number. Start from 10 down to 1. But here's the trick: if your mind wanders, and it probably will, you go back to 10. There's no punishment, no pressure, just a return to breath and number. This method calms your nervous system and stops the anxious spiral that can sneak into bedtime. What makes this technique so powerful is that it gives your restless mind a gentle task, something light, something repetitive. This creates a natural sedative effect, quieting the mental noise that often keeps us awake. The counting acts like a soft lullaby for your brain. And the more you focus on the numbers and the breath, the less you focus on the outside world or tomorrow's worries. Eventually, you'll lose count. That's a good sign. The numbers will fade. Your breath will become slower, deeper, more natural. And your awareness will dissolve into that soft, velvety void, the kind that only sleep brings. This isn't about force. It's about drifting. Let the numbers guide you into nothingness. 2. Cozy nest strategy. We've all seen birds fluff their feathers and build warm little nests before they rest. Humans, it turns out, aren't so different. The cozy nest strategy is about recreating that same secure, safe sensation, a space that signals to your body and brain, it's time to rest. It's more than just piling up blankets or fluffing pillows. It's about crafting a sensory cocoon, one that feels like a hug from your environment. Start by layering your bedding intentionally. A soft base sheet, a warm, breathable blanket, a comforter with a bit of weight, not heavy like a burden, but grounding like a gentle hand on your back. You want textures that feel familiar and comforting. Next, consider your pillow placement. Some people find comfort in surrounding themselves with extra pillows, one behind the back, one at the side, even one near the feet. These small additions reduce the feeling of exposure, making the bed feel more enclosed and protected. Dim lighting or complete darkness enhances the effect. Weighted blankets, body pillows, or stuffed animals, yes, even for adults, can deepen this sense of safety. Your nest should feel like a return to the womb, soft, warm, and undisturbed. The cozy nest works on both psychological and physical levels. When your nervous system feels safe, cortisol drops and melatonin rises. Heart rate slows. Muscles relax. And that's when sleep walks in, quiet, graceful, and ready to wrap you in dreams. Your nest isn't just a bed. It's a sanctuary. 3. Melatonin timing. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone, but what many people miss is that its magic lies in its timing. It's not just what you take, but when. Melatonin is produced naturally by your brain in response to darkness. It tells your body that it's time to wind down. But in today's world of bright screens, late-night scrolling, and overhead lights, your melatonin rhythm can get disrupted. The hack here isn't necessarily to pop a supplement, though some do, but to understand and respect your body's timing. Melatonin levels naturally begin to rise about 1 to 2 hours before your body wants to fall asleep. That's the golden window. If you take a supplement, that's the best time to do it. Not right before bed, not after you're already restless, but just as the sun sets or as your home begins to dim. You can also enhance natural melatonin release by managing light exposure. Dim your lights after sunset. Avoid blue light from screens or use warm light filters. Create a nightly routine that gently signals to your brain, it's getting dark. It's time. Some people combine melatonin timing with calming cues, like herbal tea, soft music, or stretching, to deepen the effect. The key is consistency. Your brain loves rhythm. It wants to know when to start producing melatonin. And once it does, that gentle chemical whisper begins to slow your thoughts, ease your muscles, and lull you into that delicate pre-sleep state. When timed right, melatonin doesn't knock you out. It invites you in, to that quiet space between wakefulness and sleep, where dreams begin to form. 4. White room fade-in. Imagine a vast, soft, white room. There are no windows, no noise, no clutter. Just endless, gentle whiteness. This visualization technique, known as the white room fade-in, is designed to quiet the brain's chatter by giving it a soothing, blank canvas. The mind naturally seeks stimulation, especially when we try to sleep. So instead of forcing it to shut down, we give it something peaceful to focus on, something that slowly melts it into stillness. To try this, close your eyes and picture a room filled with white light. The floors are soft and cloud-like. The walls glow gently. There are no objects, no edges, no time. As you breathe, imagine your thoughts dissolving into the walls, one by one. A worry becomes a puff of light. A to-do list fades into the floor. With each exhale, the room gets quieter, emptier, more peaceful. This technique works by subtly overriding your mental noise. Instead of letting your brain spin in circles, you gently guide it into neutrality, a mental, safe space where nothing urgent needs to be done or solved. The purity of the white room acts like a visual lullaby. It tells your mind, there's nothing to process right now. Just be. As you deepen into the white room, your breath slows. Your muscles let go. Your consciousness begins to drift, weightless. And that's when sleep arrives, not forced, but welcomed. It doesn't feel like falling asleep. It feels like floating into a warm, endless light. 5. Magnesium lotion massage. There's a reason ancient bathhouses and wellness rituals often included magnesium-rich salts, because magnesium is nature's muscle relaxer. But instead of soaking in a tub, this sleep hack involves applying magnesium directly to the skin in the form of a lotion and gently massaging it in. It's a combination of chemical calm and physical release. Magnesium plays a key role in helping muscles relax, regulating nerve function, and supporting melatonin production. When you're low in magnesium, which many people unknowingly are, sleep can be elusive. Tension lingers in the body. Thoughts feel harder to slow. By rubbing magnesium lotion into your legs, arms, or shoulders about 30 minutes before bed, you offer your body a dose of calm directly through the skin. But it's not just about the nutrient. The massage itself is part of the magic. Gentle circular motions across tired muscles stimulate circulation and trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of you responsible for rest and digest. You begin to breathe deeper. You feel more grounded. Your mind and body start speaking the same language. It's time to let go. The scent of the lotion, often blended with lavender or eucalyptus, adds another layer. Smell is powerful. It anchors you to the present and taps into memory and mood. The whole experience becomes a nightly ritual, a soothing signal that the day is done. Sleep doesn't have to be wrestled into. Sometimes, all it takes is a little magnesium, a few slow strokes, and the intention to unwind. 6. No talking after 9. There's something sacred about silence, especially at night. The no talking after 9 rule is a surprisingly powerful sleep hack that revolves around one simple idea: stop speaking. Not just loudly, completely. No debates. No phone calls. No over-explaining what happened that day. After 9 p.m., your voice rests. Your mind follows. Talking keeps the brain alert. It activates language centers, stirs emotion, and often reignites the day's drama or worries. Even casual conversation can feel mentally stimulating. But when you go silent, something shifts. Your energy turns inward. Your thoughts begin to slow. It's like turning down the volume on the world and your own internal monologue. This doesn't mean you need to ignore your partner or sit in awkward stillness. You can communicate with soft gestures, nods, or even gentle touch. The goal is not to disconnect, but to invite presence. To create a gentle landing zone for your consciousness. Silence is deeply healing. It allows the nervous system to settle. It removes the need for performance, explanation, or response. And it opens the door to introspection, or even boredom, both of which are fertile grounds for sleepiness. Once you build this habit, you'll notice the difference. By not talking, you start listening to your breath, your body, the creak of the night air. Your bedtime becomes less about winding down and more about letting go. Your final thoughts aren't spoken. They simply dissolve. And soon, you're not awake trying to sleep, you're already halfway there. 7. Alphabet Countdown. This gentle mental game works like a lullaby for your mind. The alphabet countdown is a distraction trick, but a kind one. Instead of focusing on worries, racing thoughts, or what's happening tomorrow, you play a quiet internal game. You slowly go backward through the alphabet, pairing each letter with a calming word. Start at Z, think of a soothing word, Zen. Then move to Y, maybe yawn. X might be xylophone, soft and whimsical. W for warmth, and so on. The idea isn't to rush through the alphabet or to get it right. It's to slow your mind into a relaxed state while giving it just enough of a task to stay grounded. You're not solving problems here. You're gliding through letters, lightly associating them with peace, nature, or comfort. T for tea. S for silence. R for rain. These gentle word images help create a calming mental space, one that gently replaces the mental noise that often comes at night. What makes this trick so effective is that it taps into the part of the brain that normally overthinks and softly redirects it. It's a quiet form of cognitive distraction. No pressure, no finish line. Just one letter, one word, one breath at a time. Eventually, you may not finish the alphabet. That's okay. In fact, that's the goal. Because somewhere between M and L, or maybe G and F, you'll stop. The words will fade. The letters will blur. And you'll drift, not forced, not pushed, but gently carried into sleep on a cloud of quiet association. 8. Chamomile Cloud. Chamomile has long been associated with calm, not just in old stories or sleepy-time teas, but in scientific research too. Its gentle floral compounds work like whispers to the nervous system. But this hack, the chamomile cloud, isn't just about sipping tea. It's about creating a full sensory experience with chamomile at its center. Start with a warm mug of chamomile tea about an hour before bed. Sip it slowly. Let it mark the beginning of your wind-down time. As the tea warms your body, the chamomile's natural apigenin compound begins to bind with brain receptors, reducing anxiety and guiding you toward rest. But don't stop at drinking it. Think bigger. Infuse your room with chamomile essential oil, either through a diffuser or linen spray. Let the scent wrap around your space like a warm mist, a cloud of calm. Pair this with soft lighting, perhaps a candle or salt lamp, and let your senses soften. You might even take a chamomile bath, a few drops of essential oil or tea bags tossed into warm water, soaking in both the heat and the herb. As your muscles loosen and your mind unwinds, the chamomile does its quiet work, encouraging your body to release its grip on the day. This isn't just a tea ritual. It's an atmosphere. The chamomile cloud isn't something you drink, it's something you step into. A fragrant, warm, invisible comforter that tells your nervous system, it's okay now. You're safe. You can sleep. 9. Book before bed. There's a reason why bedtime stories aren't just for kids. The act of reading before bed, especially fiction, is one of the most timeless and powerful sleep aids we have. The book before bed technique isn't just a distraction. It's a gentle mental transition from the real world to the dream world. When you read, your brain enters a new rhythm. Instead of spiraling into thoughts about tomorrow or replaying conversations from earlier, you step into another world. A quiet mystery, a soft romance, or a distant galaxy, whatever it is, it pulls your focus gently away from your own life and gives your brain a break. But the kind of book matters. Avoid anything too intense, technical, or stressful. No thrillers or productivity guides. Choose something with gentle pacing and comforting tone. A story that's more atmosphere than adrenaline. Something you can fall asleep to without feeling like you'll miss too much. Make it part of a ritual. Dim the lights, get under the covers, and hold a physical book, not a phone, not a tablet. The weight of the book, the texture of the pages, even the smell of the paper all send sensory signals. This is your quiet time now. As you read, your eyes begin to tire, your breath slows, and your thoughts soften. Eventually, the words blur. You read the same line twice. Your eyelids grow heavy. And that's when you know the book is done for the night. Not because you finished the story, but because the story gently delivered you to sleep. 10. Ceiling stare trick. Sometimes, the harder you try to sleep, the more awake you feel. That's where the ceiling stare trick comes in, a quirky but surprisingly effective way to help your mind and body surrender to rest. It begins by doing something a little counterintuitive. Instead of closing your eyes and forcing yourself to sleep, you lie on your back and softly fix your gaze on a single spot on the ceiling. Pick a place, maybe a crack, a shadow, or even an imaginary, and just gently stare. Not with strain, but with a relaxed focus. As you do this, keep your body still, your breathing calm, and your thoughts light. The trick is that the act of softly focusing mimics what happens when you begin to daydream. Your mind becomes mildly engaged, just enough to distract it from racing thoughts or sleep anxiety. As the minutes pass, your eyes will naturally begin to feel heavy. That's your body's cue that melatonin is rising and it's time to let go. You may blink more slowly or start to lose focus. Let it happen. When your eyes finally close, it won't feel forced, it will feel earned. This trick helps bypass the performance anxiety that often comes with trying to sleep. It tells your brain, don't try too hard. Just watch. Just be. And as your gaze drifts, your consciousness will follow. In the quiet dark, a soft stare turns into a slow blink, which becomes a breath, which becomes sleep. 11. Gratitude yawn. The gratitude yawn might sound like a sweet phrase, but it's actually a powerful psychological and physiological hack rolled into one. It begins with a simple act, yawning. But not the kind that sneaks up on you. This one is intentional. You sit or lie down, take a slow, full breath in, stretch your mouth into a wide, open yawn, even if you're not sleepy yet, and exhale gently. Why fake a yawn? Because the action itself triggers a relaxation response. It cools the brain, slows the heart rate, and signals your parasympathetic nervous system to calm down. But here's where it becomes special. You pair the yawn with a moment of gratitude. After each yawn, think of one small thing you're grateful for. Not a big achievement, but something soft and simple. Warm sheets, a kind word from a friend, the scent of rain. Each yawn becomes a breath of release. Each gratitude becomes a cushion for your mind. And together, they form a rhythm. Inhale, stretch, exhale, smile. Gratitude isn't just an emotion. It's a chemical shift. Studies show that reflecting on what you're thankful for increases serotonin and reduces cortisol, helping both the mind and body prepare for rest. So, you repeat the practice. One yawn. One thankful thought. One gentle breath. It's a bedtime meditation dressed in simplicity. And soon, you're not just sleepy, you're soothed. Held by appreciation. Rocked by rhythm. By the 5th or 6th round, your yawns will become real. Your body, grateful too, will know exactly what to do next. Surrender. 12. 2 blankets, 1 sheet hack. Comfort is personal. And sometimes, sharing a blanket just doesn't work. One person is hot, the other is cold. Tugging ensues. Restlessness follows. That's where the 2 blankets, 1 sheet hack comes in. A simple, relationship-saving solution for deeper, undisturbed sleep. The idea is to share the bottom sheet and fitted bedding as usual, but instead of one large top blanket or duvet, each person has their own. This way, everyone gets their preferred weight and warmth. You can cozy up in a heavy comforter, while your partner stays cool under something lighter. No more silent battles for coverage in the night. No more waking up cold because the blanket was pulled away. This technique is popular in many parts of Scandinavia, where quality sleep is taken seriously. It reduces motion transfer, temperature conflict, and nighttime irritation. But it also has a psychological benefit. It creates a clear boundary between rest and compromise. Your bed becomes a shared space, but your comfort is entirely your own. Layer your side however you like, add a heated pad, a weighted throw, or a silky top layer. Nest into your preferences without affecting anyone else. And if cuddling is still part of your routine, that's fine. You can always pull the blankets aside for closeness, then return to your separate zones when it's time to drift. Sleep is sacred. And this simple tweak gives both partners the freedom to rest fully, deeply, and undisturbed. 13. Sleep Playlist Shuffle. Music has always had the power to transport us, to soothe, to stir emotion, to shift our mood. The Sleep Playlist Shuffle taps into this ancient magic and turns it into a nightly ritual. But it's not just about any music. It's about curating a personal audio environment that tells your brain it's time to let go. Start by creating a playlist made only of songs that relax you. Think slow tempos, gentle melodies, ambient sounds, soft piano, acoustic guitar, or even nature recordings blended with music. No lyrics that catch your attention. No beats that make you want to move. Just tracks that feel like they breathe alongside you. Then, here's the twist. Put the playlist on shuffle. Each night, you don't know exactly what will come next. That unpredictability, in a calm, controlled way, engages your brain just enough to distract it from overthinking. Instead of spiraling into worry, your mind gently tracks the music, letting it lead you into stillness. You can play the playlist out loud at a low volume or use soft, wireless sleep headphones. The music becomes a soft barrier between you and the rest of the world. It fills the space between thoughts. It anchors your awareness in sound, not stress. Eventually, the notes blur. The melody fades. And your mind, too, begins to drift, floating on rhythm, cushioned by harmony. You're not just falling asleep. You're dissolving into your own nightly soundtrack. The sleep playlist isn't just a tool. It's a portal. 14. Tart Cherry Time. Tart cherries aren't just a tasty snack. They hold a secret ingredient for sleep. These little red fruits contain natural melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating your internal sleep-wake cycle. But Tart Cherry Time isn't about just tossing a few into your mouth at random. It's about timing and ritual, turning the act into a gentle cue for your body to wind down. Research has shown that consuming tart cherry juice or a handful of dried tart cherries about an hour before bed can help increase melatonin levels and improve sleep duration and quality. The juice is especially effective, rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that can relax the body and mind. You can sip a small glass slowly as part of your bedtime routine. Pair it with dimmed lights, soft background music, or a warm bath. The taste itself, slightly tangy, slightly sweet, wakes up your senses in a calming way, signaling that something different is happening. It tells your body, we're leaving the day behind now. It also works well when paired with light protein, like a few almonds or a spoon of nut butter, helping to stabilize blood sugar through the night and prevent unwanted wake-ups. Over time, your body learns this rhythm. Tart Cherry Time becomes a trusted marker, a soft red line between wakefulness and rest. It's not a sedative. It's a whisper, a signal from nature reminding your body what it already knows. Night has come and it's time to dream. 15. Salt Lamp Glow. There's something ancient and soothing about a salt lamp, the soft amber light, the carved stone form, the warm glow that mimics firelight. But the salt lamp glow is more than a decorative touch. It's a sleep-supporting tool that taps into your senses and environment to invite calm before bedtime. The warm orange-pink hue of a salt lamp helps stimulate the body's natural melatonin production. Unlike harsh white or blue light, the kind emitted by phones and overhead bulbs, salt lamp light doesn't suppress sleep hormones. In fact, it encourages them. When you dim your space and let that soft, cave-like glow take over, your body gets the message: the day is ending. Place the lamp in your bedroom and turn it on an hour or two before sleep. Let it be the only source of light. This kind of lighting has a calming, primal effect on the nervous system. It makes you feel safe, sheltered, protected from the outside world. There's also a sensory comfort to it. The lamp gives off gentle warmth. Some people even find the subtle scent of the salt, especially when warmed, adds to the experience. Whether or not the claims about air purification are true, one thing is certain: the ambience it creates is one of peace. Soon, your thoughts start to slow. Your breath deepens. The soft amber glow wraps around your body like dusk. You're not just seeing the end of the day. You're feeling it. And with that quiet signal, sleep begins to bloom. 16. Breathe through belly. Breathing is something we do without thinking. But how we breathe, especially at night, can make all the difference between restlessness and deep sleep. The breathe through belly technique is about retraining your breath to come from the place it was always meant to, deep in the abdomen, not high in the chest. When we're anxious or overstimulated, our breathing becomes shallow, tight, and rapid. This keeps the body in a low-grade state of alert. Belly breathing, also called diaphragmatic breathing, is the antidote. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms the body and prepares it for rest. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back, place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. As you inhale slowly through your nose, focus on expanding your belly, not your chest. You want to feel the lower hand rise while the upper one stays still. Then, exhale gently through your mouth, letting your belly fall. Repeat this rhythmically. With each breath, tension softens. Heart rate slows. Muscles release. This kind of breathing brings more oxygen into the system with less effort. It tells your body, you're safe. You can let go now. Try doing this for a few minutes before bed, or when you wake in the night, or even as part of a wind-down ritual while reading or listening to soft music. It's quiet, it's free, and it's deeply powerful. With each deep belly breath, you don't just breathe out air, you breathe out the day. And what's left behind is stillness. 17. Journal then sleep. The mind loves loops, especially at night. You lie down, ready to rest, but suddenly thoughts circle like a carousel. What you didn't finish, what tomorrow might bring, something awkward you said 3 years ago. That's where the journal then sleep technique becomes so helpful. It's a gentle act of unloading. Not solving. Not editing. Just transferring thoughts from the mind onto the page. Keep a journal beside your bed. Each night, spend just 5 to 10 minutes writing. You can jot down worries, to-do lists, reflections, or even dreams. The page doesn't judge. It receives. And in that act, your brain gets permission to stop rehearsing, repeating, or reminding. There's psychology behind this. Writing externalizes internal stress. It gives form to the formless, clarity to the chaotic. Once a thought is on the page, your brain no longer feels the need to keep it spinning in mental storage. You don't have to be a writer. You don't even have to use full sentences. Bullet points work. Doodles work. Stream of consciousness rants work. The point isn't beauty, it's release. Some people like to end with a gratitude note, 1 or 2 things they are thankful for, to close the session on a soft emotional tone. Others write letters to themselves or reflect on a moment that felt peaceful. By the end, your mind feels lighter, quieter. The page has absorbed the weight. And now, your thoughts can soften. The world outside the journal fades. And sleep, long waiting in the wings, finally steps in. 18. Cooling mattress pad. Temperature plays a bigger role in sleep than most people realize. In fact, a slight drop in core body temperature is one of the body's main sleep triggers. But if your mattress traps heat or your bedroom stays too warm, your body fights against its natural wind down. That's where the cooling mattress pad comes in, a modern solution for helping your body do what it already wants to do, rest. Cooling pads are designed to regulate temperature and prevent overheating during the night. Some use breathable materials like gel-infused foam or advanced fabrics that wick away heat and moisture. Others come with active cooling systems, water or air-cooled layers that subtly reduce the surface temperature beneath you. The result? You fall asleep faster and wake up less. When the body doesn't have to work to cool itself, it can relax more fully. Your heart rate lowers. Your muscles recover. Your mind follows the comfort into deeper stages of sleep. This hack is especially helpful for hot sleepers, people in warm climates, or anyone dealing with night sweats or hormonal fluctuations. It's also a game changer if you sleep with a partner who runs at a different internal thermostat. Pair your cooling pad with lightweight sheets made from bamboo, cotton, or linen for maximum effect. Keep your room around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, if possible. Once your body feels that cool, dry surface beneath it, the signal is clear. It's time to power down. It's not just comfort, it's chemistry. And it's one of the fastest ways to slip into sleep like a sigh of relief. 19. Internal narration. Sometimes, our thoughts feel like a chaotic stream, jumping from memory to worry, from future plans to old conversations. Internal narration is a technique that gently reins in that mental noise by turning your thoughts into a soft, slow inner monologue. You don't try to silence your mind. Instead, you guide it. Gently, deliberately. Here's how it works. As you lie in bed, begin to describe what's happening in your body or environment in a calm, neutral tone, almost like you're telling a story to a sleepy child. My head is resting on the pillow. My arms are relaxed at my sides. The room is dark and still. My breath is slow. You continue, describing only what is true and now. No judgments. No plans. Just quiet noticing. My legs are heavy. The blanket feels warm. My eyes are getting tired. This kind of narration engages the mind without overstimulating it. It gives your attention a simple, peaceful task. Over time, you may begin narrating your drift into sleep. My body feels like it's floating. I'm breathing in and out. I don't need to think anymore. The narration itself becomes slower, softer, and eventually fades into silence. This method works especially well for those with overactive minds or nighttime anxiety. It turns the spotlight of your awareness away from stressful thought patterns and onto the present, where sleep happens. And just like that, your own voice becomes the guide. Not loud, not demanding, just a whisper inside your mind telling you, it's okay. You're safe. You're allowed to rest now. 20. Color drain. Your imagination is a powerful tool, and the color drain technique uses it to help your mind let go of tension and stress before sleep. This is a guided mental imagery method where you visualize colors being drained from your body, taking anxiety and wakefulness with them. It's peaceful, it's vivid, and it works surprisingly well. Start by lying down, eyes closed. Picture your body glowing with colors, perhaps red in the chest where anxiety sits, blue in the legs, yellow in the mind. These aren't bad colors. They simply represent energy, tension, thoughts, restlessness. Now, imagine that from your feet upward, the color begins to fade. Slowly, softly, like watercolor dripping off the page. You watch as your toes lose their color, then your ankles, your calves. The warmth fades, leaving a peaceful, pale stillness. As the color drains upward through your body, each section feels lighter, calmer, cooler. The red in your chest melts away. The yellow behind your eyes disappears. Your body becomes more neutral, soft gray, gentle white. As the color leaves, so do your thoughts. Your muscles soften. Your breath deepens. The more drained your body becomes, the more your awareness fades with it. Eventually, there's no color left. just a calm, empty canvas. This visualization taps into the brain's sensory processing, creating a tangible feeling of release. It gives your mind something creative and comforting to focus on. And with every inch of drained color, sleep comes closer. By the time the last hue slips away, so have you, into a deeper, quieter place. 21. The nothing box trick. Everyone has a thinking box, a mental space constantly filled with ideas, worries, and questions. But not many realize there's another place inside the mind, the nothing box. And accessing it might be one of the most underrated tricks for falling asleep. The concept is simple. Imagine a plain, empty box inside your head. It has no color, no sound, no purpose. It just is. And inside this box? Absolutely nothing. No deadlines. No conversations. No expectations. Just quiet. To begin the trick, close your eyes and imagine opening a small door in your mind, the door to this nothing box. Step inside. Mentally look around. There's no furniture. No words. No memories. Just soft, still space. Let your thoughts float in, then dissolve. There's nowhere for them to land. Nothing for them to bounce off. They simply disappear. You keep returning to the box, gently, every time your thoughts start to spiral. No judgment. Just a reminder, back to the nothing box. It's like a reset button for your brain. What makes this hack effective is that it invites disengagement, in the best way. Instead of resisting your thoughts or forcing sleep, you're giving yourself permission to just be. To exist without input, without output. The brain begins to follow that emptiness. It slows down, grows still, and in that stillness, sleep has room to bloom. It may sound strange, but it works, because sometimes what the mind truly craves isn't more thoughts, but nothing at all. 22. Mind dump sticky note. When thoughts race at bedtime, they often feel endless, as if sleep won't come until everything has been solved or remembered. The mind dump sticky note is a quick, effective way to give your brain a place to rest by giving your thoughts a temporary home outside your head. Keep a small pad of sticky notes or a notepad next to your bed. When you feel your thoughts spiraling, whether it's to-do lists, worries, reminders, or even sudden ideas, pause and write them down. Just a sentence, a word, a scribble. Each note becomes a container for what your brain is trying to hold on to. The act itself is powerful. Writing thoughts down tells your brain, this is safe. It won't be forgotten. You don't need to repeat it all night long. It interrupts the loop. You no longer have to remember or rehearse, because the note will do that for you. This works well for both anxious thinkers and creative minds. Whether your thoughts are stressful or inspired, they deserve a place, just not in your head at 11 p.m. Once your mind dump is done, turn the page over. Place it face down. That small act of covering the note sends a message, you've dealt with it. You can come back tomorrow. Your brain settles. The noise dims. And sleep steps in, not as an escape, but as a well-earned retreat from a mind that's finally at peace. Sometimes, a single sticky note is all it takes to unstick your thoughts and set you free for rest. 23. Reverse alarm. We usually think of alarms as things that wake us up. But what if an alarm could help you fall asleep? The reverse alarm is a clever psychological trick that sets a boundary before bedtime, gently reminding your mind and body that it's time to start slowing down. Here's how it works. You set an alarm not for morning, but for night. Choose a calming sound, not a jarring beep, but a soft chime, wind bell, or ambient tone. Set it for about 60 to 90 minutes before you plan to fall asleep. When it goes off, that's your cue. It doesn't mean rush to bed. It means begin the transition. Just like a dimming stage light signals the end of a performance, the reverse alarm marks the end of your active, stimulating day. Once it sounds, avoid screens. Lower your lights. Start your nighttime rituals, maybe tea, stretching, journaling, or soft music. The reverse alarm creates a routine that your brain begins to associate with calm and closure. Over time, your mind will learn. When that sound happens, the body follows. It also prevents late-night overstimulation. No more accidentally watching videos until 1 a.m. or checking emails past bedtime. The reverse alarm becomes a kind boundary, not a restriction, but a gentle guide. By the time you reach your actual bedtime, your system is already in wind-down mode. There's no jarring transition, just a soft slide into stillness. And when sleep finally arrives, it feels natural, like arriving home at the perfect moment. 24. The 90-minute sleep cycle rule. Sleep isn't one long, steady stream. It's made of cycles, roughly 90 minutes each, where the brain moves through light sleep, deep sleep, and REM. Waking up in the middle of one of these cycles can leave you groggy and disoriented. But waking up at the end of a cycle? That's when you feel refreshed and alert. The 90-minute sleep cycle rule helps you time your bedtime and wake up to match these natural rhythms. The idea is simple. Instead of just choosing a wake-up time, you count backward in 90-minute intervals to find the best time to fall asleep. For example, if you need to wake up at 7 a.m., aim to fall asleep around 11:30 p.m. or 10 p.m. That way, you're likely to wake at the end of a full cycle rather than being pulled from deep sleep. This isn't about being exact to the minute. It's about aligning with your body's natural flow. Each cycle has its purpose. Deep sleep repairs the body, sleep consolidates memory. Interrupting them can make you feel drained. But finishing one cleanly allows you to rise gently without that heavy sleep inertia. You can also use this rule for naps. A 90-minute nap gives your brain time to go through a full cycle, leaving you refreshed instead of foggy. Over time, your sleep becomes more efficient. Your mornings feel clearer, and your nights begin to feel more like a rhythm than a fight. Because sleep, like music, is best when it follows the right beat. 25. Scalp massage wind down. There's something deeply primal and soothing about touch, especially gentle touch on the scalp. The scalp massage wind down is a powerful way to send calming signals directly into your nervous system. It doesn't have to be long or complicated. Just take a few minutes before bed to gently massage your scalp with your fingertips. You can do it yourself or ask a partner to help. Start at the temples and move slowly, in circular motions, across the crown, behind the ears, and down toward the neck. Each motion is like a quiet reminder, it's time to let go. This simple act increases blood flow to the head, releases built-up tension, and taps into ancient relaxation responses. It also grounds you in your body, away from thoughts, screens, and worries. The repetitive motion naturally slows your breathing and lowers your heart rate, helping your mind sync with the rhythm of sleep. Some people find that adding a touch of calming oil, like lavender or rosemary, enhances the experience. The scent cues your brain, while the massage soothes your skin. It's a full sensory lullaby. Think of it as brushing away the static of the day, clearing space in your mind for dreams. If you make this a nightly ritual, your brain starts to recognize it as a signal that the day is done. You're not rushing toward sleep, you're gently descending into it. And with each soft circle of your fingers, you drift closer to a peaceful, effortless slumber. 26. Mind dump sticky note. Sometimes the thoughts we carry into bed are heavier than our blankets. That's where the mind dump sticky note trick comes in. Before you even lie down, take a single sticky note and write down everything that's on your mind. Not an essay, just quick, raw thoughts. Worries, reminders, loose ends. It doesn't need to be tidy. This isn't journaling, it's unloading. The idea is to give your mind permission to stop holding on to everything. You're telling yourself, I don't need to remember this right now, it's safe on the note. Just the act of externalizing your thoughts has a calming effect. Studies show that writing things down, even briefly, can significantly reduce cognitive load. Your brain relaxes because it knows the to-do list isn't vanishing, it's waiting for you tomorrow. The sticky note becomes your mental storage bin, tucked away by the bedside or on your desk. And once the thought is out of your head and onto the paper, it loses its urgency. You feel lighter. You feel heard, even by yourself. You can even combine this with a small gratitude scribble, like one thing that went well today. That contrast, from chaos to calm, reminds your brain it's safe to let go. So tonight, grab a sticky note and give your worries a place to rest. Then, allow yourself to rest too. Sleep doesn't come when your brain is busy juggling. It comes when it finally feels free to drop the ball. 27. Internal narration. Sometimes, the mind spins because it has nothing clear to focus on. That's where internal narration becomes a beautiful, unexpected tool. Instead of fighting the thoughts, you give them structure, by softly narrating what you're doing in your head as if telling a bedtime story to yourself. Now I'm lying back, my head sinks into the pillow. I can feel the sheets, the cool air brushing my cheek. I'm taking a deep breath and letting it go. Like reading a children's book, but it's your own movements and sensations being gently described. This narration occupies the overactive parts of your brain without exciting them. It gives your inner voice a soft, hypnotic rhythm. Over time, your narration can slow, naturally trailing off as your mind grows quieter. What starts as words becomes breath. What begins as description becomes dream. You can even create a character if you'd like. Imagine you're the narrator in someone else's story, helping them wind down. The distance helps, and the storytelling voice calms the critical voice. Internal narration also works well when combined with other techniques like breathwork or visualization. It becomes a companion, keeping you tethered to the present moment without judgment. There's no pressure to do it right. The point is to turn your racing thoughts into soft, sleepy ones. So tonight, as you settle in, tell yourself the simplest story, the one you're living right now, moment by quiet moment. And eventually, the words will blur and give way to dreams. 28. Sleep Playlist Shuffle. Music has a magical way of transporting the mind, and when used intentionally, it becomes a bridge to sleep. The Sleep Playlist Shuffle is about creating a specific soundscape your brain learns to associate with winding down. The trick isn't just in what music you choose, but how consistently you use it. Curate a playlist filled with calming, slow-tempo songs, ambient tones, gentle instrumentals, soft lo-fi beats, or even nature sounds layered with distant melodies. Keep the volume low, barely audible, like a musical whisper guiding you out of wakefulness. The shuffle function adds a touch of unpredictability, preventing your mind from locking into patterns. You're not anticipating the next song, you're just floating on sound. Over time, your body begins to link this playlist with rest. Just like a lullaby signals sleep for a baby, your custom shuffle does the same for your adult mind. If your thoughts wander, let them wander on top of the music. Don't resist it. Let the tracks become your thoughts. Let each note smooth out the wrinkles in your thinking. For some, lyrics may be distracting, so lean toward instrumentals. Others may love the comfort of soft, familiar voices. There's no wrong choice. Just make sure the music gently disappears into the background of your awareness. When you build this routine, your brain receives a subtle cue each night. These sounds mean it's time to slow down. So press shuffle, close your eyes, and drift on a current of sound into the quiet sea of sleep. 29. Banana before bed. It might sound almost too simple, too ordinary to matter, but sometimes the gentlest solutions are the most profound. A banana before bed may not seem like a sleep remedy at first glance, but this humble fruit holds a remarkable ability to support rest from the inside out. It's not just a healthy snack, it's a quiet signal to your nervous system, a natural sedative wrapped in golden skin. Let's begin with what's inside. Bananas are rich in magnesium and potassium, two essential minerals known for their muscle-relaxing properties. They help ease physical tension, lower blood pressure, and calm the electrical activity that can cause restlessness in the body. When your muscles relax, your nervous system begins to settle too. It's as if your body is saying, "It's okay to let go now." And that release becomes the foundation for mental stillness. But the banana doesn't stop there. It contains tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the brain produce serotonin, our feel-good neurotransmitter. Serotonin not only stabilizes mood but also converts into melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. This biochemical cascade, tryptophan to serotonin to melatonin, is like a slow river that carries you downstream into drowsiness. And the natural sugars in bananas? They are soft and balanced, providing just enough glucose to stabilize blood sugar and prevent late-night dips that might otherwise wake you. Eating a banana about an hour before bed allows these effects to unfold gradually. If you want to deepen the ritual, pair it with a spoonful of almond or peanut butter. The healthy fats and proteins slow digestion just enough to prolong the calming benefits. Or sip on a warm chamomile or valerian tea alongside it, wrapping your senses in softness from every angle. More than anything, what makes the banana before bed powerful is consistency. When eaten mindfully, over time, it becomes a nightly cue. A signal to the brain and body that the day is winding down. That it's safe to shift gears. You're not feeding hunger, you're nourishing rest. The simple act of peeling the banana, of taking those slow bites in the dim evening light, can become its own kind of meditation. So tonight, don't overlook the small things. Choose that moon-shaped fruit not just for its nutrients, but for its message. A message that says, sleep is coming. The body knows what to do. Let each bite carry you closer to stillness. Closer to sleep. Closer to home. 30. NSDR, Non-Sleep Deep Rest. NSDR, short for Non-Sleep Deep Rest, isn't just a clever acronym. It's a gentle yet powerful technique that mimics many of sleep's restorative benefits, even if you don't fully drift off. Think of it as a soft landing pad for your nervous system. When sleep feels distant, when your mind is buzzing, your body is restless, and traditional methods don't seem to work, NSDR becomes a bridge. A quiet crossing from the alertness of the day into the soft shadows of night. At its core, NSDR is often delivered through guided audio, a calm voice that leads you inward, inviting you to release tension piece by piece. A typical session might sound something like, now bring your attention to your toes, your ankles, your calves. As you listen, you don't have to do anything. Just follow. Allow awareness to float from one part of the body to another, noticing sensations without judgment. The rhythm of your breath slows. Muscles soften. And your brainwaves begin to shift from busy, beta-dominated patterns to slower, more relaxed alpha and theta waves, the same frequencies associated with early sleep and deep meditation. What makes NSDR so unique is its accessibility. You don't need to fall asleep for it to work. Even 20 minutes of practice can leave you feeling refreshed, grounded, and mentally clearer. Studies have shown that NSDR can improve memory consolidation, reduce anxiety, and lower cortisol, the stress hormone that often spikes before bed. It's like a power nap without the pressure of actually sleeping. It can also be deeply helpful for those with insomnia, racing thoughts, or nighttime anxiety, because it takes the goal of falling asleep off the table. It replaces effort with presence, tension with trust. Imagine slipping into your bed, pressing play on a yoga nidra or NSDR track, and allowing yourself to let go. No agenda, no clock watching, no expectations. Just rest. A kind of floating that tells your body, even now, even like this, you are allowed to relax. So tonight, if sleep feels far away, don't fight it. Try NSDR. Find a quiet corner. Lie back. Listen. And let yourself be guided, not into sleep, necessarily, but into deep, healing stillness. Often, in that surrender, sleep finds its way in anyway. Not because you chased it, but because you created space for it to arrive. 31. Cold side of the pillow. There's a quiet kind of magic in flipping your pillow over. The cool side, fresh against your cheek, offers instant relief, a small, sensory reset that somehow whispers, you're safe now. The cold side of the pillow trick isn't just about comfort, it's a sleep-inducing temperature shift that plays directly into your biology. As bedtime approaches, your core body temperature naturally starts to drop, a signal to the brain that it's time to rest. Cooling your head, especially the back of your neck and scalp, enhances that message. When your pillow feels cool, your brain gets the cue, it's okay to let go. This isn't a dramatic change, it's subtle, like the breeze before rain. But it's powerful. For many people, overheating is a hidden reason sleep feels elusive. Flipping your pillow offers a simple way to short-circuit that barrier. Some people even keep 2 pillows and alternate them, or choose cooling gel pillows that stay cold longer. Others use pillowcases made of silk or bamboo, which breathe better and retain less heat. But really, the beauty of this trick lies in its effortlessly. You don't need to get up. Just roll your head to the other side. It's a small, sensory reward, a moment of comfort that pulls your awareness away from thoughts and into the body. Into now. Into calm. So tonight, when sleep seems far, try it, flip the pillow. Sink into the coolness. Let it soothe your forehead, quiet your thoughts, and gently carry you off into dream. 32. Fictional commute. Sometimes your mind needs a gentle distraction to escape the noise of reality. The fictional commute is just that, a mental journey through an imagined route, a quiet walk, a tram ride, or a slow boat gliding through mist. Instead of rehashing the day, you build a peaceful world in your mind, detail by calming detail. Maybe you're walking through a sleepy town, passing cobblestone streets and flickering lamplights. Maybe you're riding a train through forests that stretch endlessly, leaves brushing the windows. With each step or mile, you move farther from your waking life and closer to the land of dreams. The key is consistency and gentleness. You return to this same journey night after night, letting it become familiar, your own personal pathway into sleep. It doesn't need to be dramatic or full of plot. It's not a story to follow, it's a place to be. The movement, even imagined, helps soothe restlessness. It simulates the hypnotic sway of travel, the steady rhythm of forward motion. You're going somewhere, and yet, nowhere. Some people use music or soundscapes to help. Train whistles, rain on windows, the hum of engines. Others just close their eyes and see it all unfold. This isn't escapism. It's a transition. From doing to being. From here to there. So tonight, step onto your train. Walk down your favorite winding path. Let each step take you closer to sleep. The fictional commute isn't about the destination, it's about the calm that rides with you. 33. Color drain. The mind responds to imagery, and the color drain technique uses that power to gently lull you toward sleep. It begins with a simple visualization. You imagine your body slowly losing all color, as if it's fading to black and white, or into a soft fog. You lie still, and with your eyes closed, picture the tips of your toes losing their color first. Then your feet. Your ankles. Like a soft wave washing up your body, the color drains upward, slowly, steadily. It's not eerie, it's peaceful. With each inch, you feel yourself growing heavier, quieter, more detached from the waking world. As the color fades, so does tension. The arms soften. The jaw loosens. By the time the wave reaches your shoulders, everything feels distant and still. Finally, your face. Your eyelids. Your thoughts themselves seem to dim. What was once full of stimulation now feels soft, muted, and still. This isn't just a calming image, it's symbolic. Color represents alertness, sensation, energy. As you drain it from your mind's eye, you're telling your brain it's time to quiet down. It's like slowly turning the volume down on the entire day. You can return to this practice every night, altering the imagery if you like. Fog, moonlight, fading ink, it all works. What matters is the feeling, slow release, total calm. So tonight, close your eyes and let the colors fall away. Let your mind grow still, pale, and peaceful. And in that stillness, sleep will come like nightfall, quiet and complete. 34. Stretch before you snooze. Before you curl under the covers, take just a few minutes to stretch your body, slowly, softly, like you're unwinding a tangled ribbon. Stretching before sleep isn't about fitness or flexibility. It's about release. All day long, your muscles hold tension, in your shoulders, your back, your hips, even your jaw. That tension doesn't just vanish when you lie down. It lingers, buzzing beneath the surface, keeping the body slightly alert. A short, mindful stretch signals your nervous system that the work of the day is over. It tells your muscles, you can let go now. Simple movements are all you need. Roll your shoulders. Reach your arms overhead and take a deep breath. Gently twist your spine. Stretch your hamstrings. Circle your ankles. Hold each pose for a few seconds. Breathe slowly into the tight spots. You might feel your body sigh in relief. As muscles release, your heart rate begins to drop. Your mind quiets. Even the act of moving with care reminds you to be present, not rushing into bed, but gliding toward rest. This ritual doesn't take long, but over time, it becomes a cue. A reminder that this is your space, your pause, your transition from effort to ease. You'll find that your body settles more easily into bed. Fewer twitches, fewer wake-ups, a deeper kind of stillness. So tonight, stretch not to achieve, but to arrive. Unwind the body, calm the breath, and step softly into the silence that follows. 42. Bedtime ASMR. There's something deeply comforting about a soft voice, a gentle tapping, or the faint rustle of fabric. That's the magic of ASMR, autonomous sensory meridian response. It's not just a trend, it's a sensory experience that can lull your mind into deep relaxation. For many, ASMR feels like a light tingling that begins at the scalp and travels down the neck and spine. But even if you don't get the physical sensation, the mental effects are powerful. ASMR videos or audio tracks feature quiet, repetitive sounds and whisper-like voices that mimic the feeling of being soothed, almost like someone tucking you in, brushing your hair, or reading you to sleep. There are thousands of ASMR themes to explore: page flipping, soft tapping, whispered storytelling, towel folding, or even ambient roleplays like a librarian organizing books. The key is finding what works for you. What makes your breath slow? What brings your focus inward? When used at bedtime, ASMR gently steers your attention away from stress and into sensation. The soft rhythm of the sounds can override the mind's noise, like a lullaby made of texture. You can listen with earbuds in bed, lights off, body still. Let the whispers wrap around you. Let the crinkling, tapping, brushing lull you closer to sleep. Over time, your brain begins to associate these sounds with relaxation. The moment they begin, your body starts preparing for rest. So tonight, press play. Close your eyes. Let the softest sounds carry you softly into silence. 43. 10 p.m. Rule. There's a quiet wisdom in choosing a cutoff point for your day, and the 10 p.m. rule is a gentle boundary that tells your body, enough for today. This isn't about strict rules or pressure. It's about honoring your natural rhythms. For many, the body's deepest, most restorative sleep happens in the hours before midnight. Aligning your wind down around 10 p.m. helps you catch the wave of melatonin rising naturally in the evening. By honoring that wave instead of pushing through it, you allow sleep to come more easily. The rule is simple. By 10 p.m., you stop the noise. No work. No intense conversations. No more scrolling or bright lights. You shift into quiet. This doesn't mean you have to be asleep by 10, but you're gently withdrawing from stimulation. Reading, stretching, sipping tea, or listening to soft music, those are the things that belong in this hour. Over time, your body begins to anticipate the shift. The 10 p.m. rule becomes not just a schedule, but a ritual. A commitment to your peace. And once it becomes habit, something beautiful happens. Your sleep deepens. Your mornings feel lighter. And the night becomes something sacred again, not just the leftover scraps of a busy day. So tonight, watch the clock as it nears 10, not with dread, but with softness. It's your invitation to pause, to dim, to retreat. The world will wait. But for now, let the quiet in. 44. Gratitude yawn. Sleep and gratitude share a surprising connection. Both require you to release. to stop grasping, to simply be. The gratitude yawn is a soft, sleepy ritual that blends a deep breath, a yawn, and a moment of mindful thankfulness all in one. Here's how it works. As you settle into bed, let yourself yawn. Not a forced one, just a natural, slow opening of the jaw, followed by a sighing exhale. Then, in that space between breaths, whisper a quiet thank you in your mind. Thank you for the bed, the roof, the warm blanket. Thank you for getting through the day, even if it wasn't perfect. Even if it was messy. This gentle blend of breath and gratitude activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's way of saying, it's okay now. And the act of gratitude? It pulls you out of future stress and past regrets. It brings you into the soft safety of the present moment. One study after another shows that people who reflect on gratitude before bed fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply. But this isn't about performance. It's about softness. The yawn is your body's way of letting go. The gratitude is your heart's. You can do this once, or 3 times, or keep going until the words fade and your breath takes over. Gratitude doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. So tonight, sigh out the day with a yawn. Whisper your thanks. And drift into sleep with a lighter soul. 45. Breathe through belly. Breathing is the bridge between body and mind, and belly breathing is how you strengthen that bridge into something deeply calming. Most of us breathe shallowly without realizing it, especially when we're stressed. Our chests rise and fall quickly, sending subtle signals to the brain that we're alert, maybe even under threat. But when you breathe through the belly, everything shifts. You activate the diaphragm, the large muscle at the base of your lungs. This deepens your breath, slows your heart rate, and tells your body, you're safe. To try it, lie on your back with one hand on your chest, the other on your stomach. Inhale slowly through your nose, letting the belly expand like a balloon. Your chest should stay mostly still. Then exhale gently through your mouth, letting the belly soften. Repeat. The rhythm doesn't need to be perfect. What matters is the depth. Feel your body sink heavier into the mattress with each breath. Let the world shrink. Let the air wrap around you like a lullaby. This kind of breathing not only soothes anxiety, it creates the physical conditions for sleep, relaxed muscles, slower thoughts, a mind that begins to drift. Over time, this practice becomes a switch you can flip anytime you need to shift from tense to tranquil. So tonight, breathe not with urgency, but with trust. Trust that your body knows how to rest. Let the belly rise. Let it fall. Let sleep come softly with each breath. 46. Mental massage. Imagine this. You're lying in bed, the room dim, your body still, and a soft sensation begins to sweep across your scalp, not with hands, but with thought. That's the essence of a mental massage. It's not physical. It's imagined. But the effect can be just as powerful. With your eyes closed, picture a gentle hand, or even a wave of light, moving slowly across your forehead. Then your temples. Then the back of your head, behind your ears, down your neck. Focus your awareness on each area as if you're receiving the calmest, most relaxing head massage in the world. You can guide this mental massage yourself or listen to a guided audio. As your focus moves, you begin to quiet the parts of the brain responsible for problem solving. The body listens. Tension releases. Blood flow increases in areas of imagined touch, and your nervous system calms in response. The mind begins to drift. Unlike physical massage, this one can't be interrupted. There's no effort, just presence. Some people imagine warmth in the fingertips. Others visualize a feather, soft light, or even gentle wind. What matters is that the attention is slow and kind. As you scan and soothe your body from the inside out, your breath begins to deepen. Your muscles let go. And the weight of your day lifts, one gentle sweep at a time. So tonight, offer your mind a massage. Not with fingers, but with focus, softness, and care. Let it lull you inward, towards silence. 47. The bed is for sleep rule. Your brain loves associations. It links places, objects, and habits together. That's why the bed is for sleep rule is so effective. The idea is simple. Your bed should only be used for sleep and intimacy, nothing else. No emails. No movies. No endless scrolling. When you treat your bed like a lounge, your brain forgets what it's for. It no longer sees it as a cue for rest. But when you keep it sacred, only lying down when you're truly ready to sleep, you begin retraining your brain. Over time, the bed becomes a powerful trigger. The moment you lie down, your mind starts to quiet, your body begins to release, and your sleep process starts automatically. This isn't about being rigid. It's about being intentional. If you're not sleepy, don't force it. Get up, stretch, read somewhere else. Then return only when you feel ready to drift. It may take a few nights to unlearn old patterns, but once this association is rebuilt, it becomes effortless. Like Pavlov's bell, your bed rings a quiet signal that it's time to let go. And your body listens. Keeping your bed reserved for sleep is a subtle form of respect. Respect for your rest, your space, your peace. So tonight, look at your bed not as a last resort, but as a sanctuary. A quiet, reliable place that waits patiently until you're ready to surrender. And when you do, sleep will come easier. Naturally. Deeply. Right on cue. 48. Aromatherapy anchoring. Scent is a powerful sense, closely tied to memory, emotion, and even the way we feel safe. Aromatherapy anchoring uses this connection to guide you gently toward sleep. The trick is consistency. Choose a calming scent, lavender, chamomile, sandalwood, or even vanilla, and use it only during your bedtime routine. This could be in the form of essential oil diffusers, pillow sprays, rollerballs, or even a scented hand cream. As you breathe in the aroma each night, your brain starts to link that smell with the process of letting go. It becomes a trigger, an anchor, a gentle cue to begin slowing down. The scent says, "It's safe now. You can rest." Over time, this becomes as powerful as any lullaby. One whiff, and your body starts responding, heart rate slowing, breath deepening, mind settling. The beauty of aromatherapy is that it works quietly. You don't need to do anything except breathe. That's why it pairs so well with other techniques, breathing exercises, meditation, even soft music. Some people find that applying a bit of lavender oil to their wrists or temples becomes part of the ritual, like tucking themselves in with scent. Others simply let a diffuser mist the room with gentle fragrance. Whichever way you choose, keep it consistent. Repetition is what turns it into an anchor. So tonight, inhale slowly. Let the scent wrap around you like a cloud. And with every breath, let yourself sink deeper into that familiar, fragrant calm. 49. No clock watching. Few things steal sleep faster than checking the time in the middle of the night. Whether it's 2:13 or 3:47, the moment you look, the mental spiral begins. How much sleep do I have left? Will I be tired tomorrow? What if I can't fall back asleep? That's the trap of clock watching. It turns sleep into a race against time. The no clock watching rule invites you to let go of the numbers. Once you lie down for the night, cover your clock. Turn your phone face down or place it out of reach. Let time fade into the background, where it belongs. Because when you stop checking, you stop analyzing. You stop measuring your rest in minutes and begin reconnecting to how it feels. It may take practice, especially if you're used to reaching for your phone during restless moments. But the payoff is real. Studies show that simply removing visual access to the clock reduces sleep anxiety and midnight awakenings. When you wake in the dark, instead of wondering what time it is, gently return to your breath, to your body, to the soft safety of the present moment. The truth is, you can't force yourself to sleep faster by tracking the time. But you can create a space where sleep finds you more easily. So tonight, trust that time will pass just as it should. Let the minutes drift by unseen. And with them, let your thoughts soften into silence. 50. Room purge. Your bedroom isn't just a place, it's an ecosystem. The objects, clutter, colors, and energy all influence how deeply you sleep. The room purge is a simple but transformative practice. Before bedtime, take a few moments to remove anything from the room that doesn't belong in your rest space. That pile of laundry, the half-drunk coffee, the laptop cable on the nightstand. They might seem harmless, but each item carries a mental whisper, something left undone. That whisper becomes noise, and noise becomes restlessness. The room purge doesn't mean deep cleaning, it means gentle clearing. Scan your space with soft eyes and ask, does this help me rest? If not, move it. Tuck it away. Even dimming the lights and straightening the sheets can signal your mind, this is now a space for sleep. For calm. For stillness. Over time, this tiny ritual becomes powerful. You start to view your bedroom not just as a place to crash, but as a sacred space. A retreat. A nest. Some people go further, removing work items entirely, simplifying the decor, choosing calming colors. But even the smallest act, a glass put in the sink, a hoodie returned to the closet, says something to your nervous system, you're safe now. So tonight, take one slow lap around the room. Let go of the visual noise. Create a space where nothing is asking for your attention. Just silence. Just softness. Just sleep. 51. Sleep-friendly feng shui. Feng shui isn't just about arranging furniture, it's about energy, flow, and how your space makes you feel. When applied to your bedroom, it becomes a gentle guide for creating a sleep-friendly sanctuary. At the heart of sleep-friendly feng shui is this idea: your room should invite rest, not resist it. That means removing visual clutter, choosing calming colors, soft blues, earthy greens, warm neutrals, and allowing space around the bed to breathe. Ideally, place your bed in the command position, diagonally across from the door but not directly in line with it. This gives you a subconscious sense of safety and control. Keep the area under your bed clear. Storing items there may block energy flow and invite mental clutter. Avoid mirrors facing the bed, as they are believed to reflect energy back at you while you're trying to sleep. Soft lighting, natural materials, and balanced decor all help create harmony. Even something as simple as matching nightstands or symmetrical lamps can foster a feeling of balance and peace. But most importantly, trust your instincts. How does the room feel when you walk in at night? Is it still? Is it kind? Feng Shui encourages you to tune into those answers. Over time, as you adjust your room to feel better, sleep begins to feel easier. Your space stops buzzing. It starts holding you. So tonight, as you enter your bedroom, let it feel like a gentle exhale. Let it welcome you home, to yourself. 52. No heavy dinners. What you eat, and when you eat it, can quietly shape how well you sleep. Heavy dinners, especially those high in fat, spice, or large portions, may feel satisfying at the moment but can disrupt your body's ability to rest. Digestion is an active process. When you go to bed on a full stomach, your body is still busy working, and that inner activity can keep your heart rate slightly elevated, your core temperature too warm, and your sleep lighter and more fragmented. Acid reflux, bloating, or subtle discomfort might not fully wake you, but they can keep you hovering just shy of deep sleep. The no heavy dinners rule invites you to shift your largest meals earlier in the day, leaving dinner time for something lighter and easier to digest. Think broth-based soups, roasted vegetables, a small portion of protein, or even calming foods like rice or sweet potatoes. Ideally, aim to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, giving your system a chance to wind down alongside your mind. If hunger does creep in closer to bed, choose a sleep-supporting snack, a banana, a handful of almonds, or a spoonful of yogurt. This simple habit can lead to deeper, more restful sleep without interruptions. Over time, your body begins to associate nighttime with ease, not effort. So tonight, give your body a break from the work of digestion. Let it focus on restoration, on softness, on sleep. 53. Quiet the room mission. The world doesn't always quiet down when we do. Noisy neighbors, humming electronics, a ticking clock, these little sounds can feel enormous when you're trying to sleep. That's where the Quiet the Room mission comes in. It's not about achieving total silence, but creating a soundscape that soothes rather than startles. Begin by identifying the obvious culprits: buzzing chargers, creaky doors, a dripping faucet. Fix or remove what you can. Then go deeper. Use soft, consistent background noise to smooth out the sound environment. A white noise machine, a gentle fan, or even a playlist of ocean waves can mask sudden sounds and help your brain relax. The trick is consistency. Our brains find unpredictable noise, like footsteps or barking dogs, more disruptive than steady sound. By layering in a gentle hum or natural ambience, you create an auditory blanket that calms the mind. You can also experiment with earplugs if needed, or position your bed away from windows and shared walls. Some people find that even placing soft fabric over noisy appliances reduces their buzz. The key is intention. When you actively create a quieter space, you signal to your nervous system that it's time to release the day. Nighttime becomes not just darker, but softer. So tonight, go on a quieting mission. One small sound at a time. Silence isn't always possible, but serenity is. And with each sound that fades, your sleep grows deeper. 54. Glycine for the win. Glycine is one of sleep's best-kept secrets, a gentle amino acid that helps you fall asleep faster and reach deeper rest. It works by slightly lowering your body's core temperature, which signals to your brain that it's time to sleep. Glycine also promotes better REM cycles, helping you stay asleep and wake up feeling more refreshed, even if you didn't get a full 8 hours. You can take it as a simple supplement, usually around 3 grams taken about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. It's tasteless and often comes in powder form, dissolving easily into water or tea. But glycine can also be found naturally in foods like bone broth, turkey, spinach, and kale. The effects are subtle, not sedating. Glycine won't knock you out, it simply helps your body shift more easily into rest mode. For people who feel wired at bedtime or struggle with fragmented sleep, it can be especially helpful. You may notice that your dreams feel clearer, your body less restless. Even better, glycine supports cognitive function and memory, making it one of those rare tools that helps both sleep and brain health. As always, talk to a doctor before adding any supplement, especially if you're taking medications. But when used thoughtfully, glycine is a quiet ally. One that works in the background, cooling your system, calming your mind, and gently guiding you toward the stillness of sleep. So tonight, consider this soft helper. Let glycine do its quiet work. And let your rest run deeper than ever. 55. No pets in bed rule. As much as we adore our furry companions, sharing the bed with them can quietly chip away at the quality of our sleep. The no pets in bed rule isn't about pushing love aside, it's about protecting your rest. Even the smallest animal can be a source of disruption. They shift positions. They snore. They dream, scratch, sigh, and sometimes steal the covers. And even if they're not disturbing you outright, your body may stay slightly more alert throughout the night, watching, adjusting, listening for them. This low-level vigilance fragments sleep, leading to lighter, less restorative rest. Over time, you may not even notice how much it's costing you. Implementing the no pets in bed rule is a gentle shift, not a rejection. Set up a cozy sleep space for them nearby. A soft bed on the floor, a blanket in the corner, maybe even something with your scent on it. At first, it might feel strange. They may protest. But with patience and consistency, both of you will adapt. And once your sleep deepens, you'll feel the difference. Fewer awakenings, more vivid dreams, a fuller sense of rest in the morning. You'll still have all the love, cuddles, and playtime during the day. But when night falls, your bed becomes your sanctuary. A place just for you. So tonight, take back your space, not from your pet, but for your peace. And let sleep stretch out without interruption. 56. Reverse day. Sometimes, sleep issues aren't about the night at all, they're about how the day is lived. The reverse day concept flips your thinking. Instead of planning your day around productivity, you structure it to protect your sleep. It's like tracing your rest backward. Start by deciding when you want to fall asleep. Say it's 10:30 p.m. Now count backward and design your evening to support that time. Dinner by 7. Screens off by 9. A warm shower by 9:30. The goal isn't just to hit the pillow on time, but to glide there like a leaf settling on water. With reverse day thinking, your daytime choices start to shift. You time caffeine earlier. You stop doom scrolling in the afternoon. You start prioritizing light exposure in the morning. It's a mindset of proactive calm. Instead of reacting to stress and hoping sleep will fix it, you let sleep become the centerpiece, the quiet reward at the end of the day. This practice transforms your relationship with time. It reminds you that rest doesn't happen by accident. It's something you prepare for, gently and deliberately. Over time, it becomes a rhythm, a ritual, and your body, always listening, starts to follow along. So tonight, reverse your approach. Let the day serve the night. Let each hour prepare the next. Until you arrive at bedtime not exhausted, but ready. Not crashing, landing. 57. The 90-minute sleep cycle rule. Sleep isn't just one long stretch of rest, it's made up of cycles, each lasting about 90 minutes. During each cycle, your brain moves through different stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM, the dream stage. The 90-minute sleep cycle rule helps you align your sleep schedule with these natural rhythms so you wake up at the right time, when your brain is closer to wakefulness, not buried in deep sleep. Here's how it works. Instead of focusing only on the total hours of sleep, think in multiples of 90 minutes. So, 6 hours, 4 cycles, 7.5 hours, 5 cycles, or 9 hours, 6 cycles, are better than a random 7 hours. You can also work backward. If you need to wake up at 7 a.m., aim to fall asleep around 11:30 p.m., for 5 cycles, not midnight. Waking up in the middle of a cycle can leave you groggy and disoriented, even if you got enough sleep. But if you wake up at the end of a cycle, your mind is already near the surface, making the transition gentle. It may take a few nights to find your rhythm, but once you do, it's a game changer. You'll wake up clearer, feel more alert during the day, and your body will thank you. Sleep smarter, not just longer. Let your body follow the rhythm it already knows. And tonight, let that rhythm carry you all the way through. 58. Drink smart, stop at 8. Hydration is essential, but too much water too late can quietly sabotage your sleep. That's where drink smart, stop at 8 comes in. A simple rule that protects your rest by shifting your hydration window earlier in the evening. The idea is to drink freely during the day, even up until dinner time, but taper off after 8 p.m. or about 2 hours before bed. Why? Because waking in the night to use the bathroom, even briefly, pulls you out of your sleep cycle. For some, it's hard to fall back asleep afterward. And even if you do, your brain might not fully return to the same depth of rest. Over time, these micro-wake-ups can leave you feeling groggy and unrested, without even knowing why. The solution isn't to drink less overall, it's to shift when you drink. Front-load your hydration, keep a bottle with you during the day, sip between meals, and drink a glass with dinner. After 8, limit liquids unless you're truly thirsty. If you take supplements or medications at night, use the smallest amount of water needed. It's a gentle trade-off, slightly less late-night drinking in exchange for deeper, uninterrupted sleep. And it works. Many people report fewer nighttime awakenings and more vivid dreams just by making this shift. So tonight, drink smart. Give your body what it needs, early. Let the night belong not to wake-ups, but to stillness. To uninterrupted sleep. To rest that runs deep. 59. Pajama ritual. What you wear to bed can become more than fabric. It can become a signal, a soft ritual that tells your body it's time to rest. That's the magic of the pajama ritual. It's not just about comfort, though that matters, it's about consistency and intention. When you change into dedicated sleepwear at the same time each night, you're cueing your brain with a familiar routine. Just like brushing your teeth or dimming the lights, pulling on pajamas becomes a signal, the day is done. Choose sleepwear that feels good against your skin. Maybe it's cool cotton, soft flannel, or a silky blend. What matters is that it's separate from your day clothes, reserved only for sleep. This boundary creates psychological separation between doing and resting. Over time, your body begins to associate the feel of those clothes with stillness, calm, and slowing down. You can even elevate the ritual, folding your pajamas neatly in the morning, lighting a candle before changing into them, or pairing the act with music or scent. These small touches add reverence to a simple moment. And that reverence invites rest. The pajama ritual isn't about luxury, it's about care. A way of telling yourself, you've done enough. Now, slip into softness. Let your skin breathe. Let your mind release. Let the rhythm of nightly repetition become your lullaby. Tonight, when you change clothes, let it be more than a task. Let it be the first step toward dreams. 60. Solve mental jigsaw. Have you ever noticed how your mind tries to solve things just as your head hits the pillow? That's because the brain craves closure. Loose ends, from unmade decisions to unanswered texts, can keep the mind spinning. The solve mental jigsaw trick is a gentle way to give your brain what it wants before bed: resolution. About 30 to 60 minutes before sleeping, take a few moments to identify any lingering mental puzzles. These could be open tasks, emotional uncertainties, or anything that feels incomplete. Write them down in a journal or notepad, just a sentence or two. Then, do something powerful, solve one small piece. Maybe it's setting a reminder to respond to a message. Maybe it's jotting down a next step for a project. Maybe it's simply saying, I'll think more about this tomorrow. It doesn't have to be full resolution. It just needs to create a sense of closure. The act tells your brain, this has been acknowledged. You're not ignoring it, you're containing it. Once done, shift your focus to rest. Light stretching. Breath work. A soft story. Sleep can't compete with a puzzle that's still buzzing in your head. But once that puzzle is placed in a box, labeled, and set aside, your mind lets go. So tonight, sort your thoughts like pieces of a jigsaw. Fit one small piece into place. Then close the box. And let the night unfold without questions. 61. Fake fever. This trick might sound strange at first, fake a fever to fall asleep, but it taps into the biology of how your body prepares for rest. Before falling asleep, your core temperature naturally drops, and your extremities warm up as heat moves outward. By gently mimicking this shift, you can help your body ease more quickly into sleep. To fake a fever, bundle up warmly right before bed, socks, a hoodie, maybe even a heated blanket or a hot bath. The goal is to slightly raise your body temperature for a short while. Then, after 10 to 15 minutes, peel back the layers. Remove the socks. Turn down the blanket. Let cool air gently hit your skin. This sudden drop signals to your brain that it's time to rest. It feels like your body is exhaling. Your pulse slows. Your muscles soften. Your mind begins to quiet. It's not an actual fever, of course. It's a safe, temporary warmth designed to trigger your body's natural sleep systems. You can enhance the effect with a warm herbal tea beforehand, or even a light scalp massage to relax tension. The beauty of this method is that it's subtle, soothing, and based on how your body already works. So tonight, try warming up, not to stay hot, but to let go. Let the contrast carry you from tension to stillness. Like a summer breeze after a hot afternoon, let your body sigh into the night. 62. Legs up the wall pose. One of the most peaceful ways to unwind before sleep doesn't require anything fancy, just a wall and a little time. Legs up the wall pose, or Viparita Karani, is a gentle, restorative yoga posture that involves lying on your back with your legs extended straight up against a wall. You can use a pillow or folded blanket under your hips for extra comfort. This simple inversion promotes blood flow from the legs back toward the heart, helping reduce swelling, lower blood pressure, and calm the nervous system. It soothes the lower back and relieves tired legs after a long day. But even more than that, it offers stillness. As you rest in this pose, eyes closed, arms gently at your sides, your breath slows. Your thoughts soften. You begin to feel held. You don't need to stretch or strain. In fact, the less you do, the more powerful it becomes. Stay in this position for 5 to 15 minutes. You might pair it with soft music, low lighting, or aromatherapy. When you're ready to come out, do so slowly, rolling to your side before rising. Many people report falling asleep faster, feeling less anxious, and waking up with more clarity after adding this pose to their evening routine. So tonight, find a quiet spot, dim the lights, and lift your legs. Let gravity help you let go. Let stillness become your sleep cue. 63. Mind-Body Scan. The Mind-Body Scan is like tucking yourself in from the inside out. It's a gentle meditation that invites you to check in with every part of your body, one slow breath at a time. As you lie in bed, eyes closed, begin by bringing awareness to your toes. Notice any sensation, warmth, tingling, tension. Then slowly move upward, to your feet, your ankles, your calves. You're not judging or changing anything. Just noticing, breathing, softening. The act of scanning your body piece by piece pulls your attention out of racing thoughts and into the quiet, physical present. It helps release hidden tension you might not even know you're carrying. Shoulders that were tight begin to drop. A clenched jaw begins to loosen. As you scan, imagine each area becoming heavier, sinking deeper into the bed. Let your breath follow your awareness, slow, steady, kind. If your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back to the next area. With each breath, with each part of the body, you move closer to sleep. The scan usually ends with the face, the crown of the head, or even the space around the body, imagining your whole being surrounded by a soft light or quiet air. This practice takes only minutes, yet it acts like a reset for the nervous system. So tonight, scan yourself into slumber. From toes to head. From tension to ease. Let your awareness become your lullaby. 64. No more snoozing. The snooze button might feel like a small mercy in the morning, but it's secretly one of sleep's worst enemies. Each time you hit snooze, you trick your brain into thinking it's heading back into deep sleep, but it never really does. Instead, you enter a groggy, fragmented state that leaves you feeling more tired, not less. This is called sleep inertia, and it can cloud your thinking, dampen your mood, and slow your reaction time for hours. The no more snoozing rule is about replacing that frustrating, half-waking pattern with something more intentional. The key? Wake up once, and wake up well. That starts with consistency. Go to bed and get up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Put your alarm across the room so you have to physically get out of bed to turn it off. And once you're up, do something grounding. Open a curtain, stretch, or splash water on your face. Within minutes, your body will shift into wakefulness on its own. Over time, this builds a natural rhythm that supports better sleep at night. It might feel tough at first, especially if you're used to hitting snooze multiple times. But once your mornings become smoother, your nights do too. So tomorrow, when the alarm rings, resist the law of just 5 more minutes. Stand up. Breathe. Let the morning greet you fully. And trust that better wake-ups lead to better sleep. 65. Sensory shutdown sequence. Our senses are constantly bombarded all day. Bright lights, buzzing phones, background noise, movement, notifications. By the time bedtime comes, our nervous system is still overstimulated, quietly buzzing beneath the surface. The sensory shutdown sequence is a simple, powerful ritual that gently dims each sense, one by one, to help the body prepare for true rest. Begin with sight. Turn off overhead lights and switch to warm, low lighting like lamps or salt lamps. Avoid screens for the last 30 to 60 minutes if possible, or use blue light filters. Next, sound. Lower the volume in your space. Replace noisy TV or music with calming background sounds, like white noise, ocean waves, or soft ambient tones. For touch, change into soft pajamas. Stretch your muscles. Rub lotion into your hands or feet. Use a weighted blanket or a gentle eye mask to add comfort and pressure. For smell, diffuse lavender or cedarwood essential oil. Light incense. Spritz a pillow spray with calming notes. Finally, taste. Sip a soothing herbal tea or rinse your mouth with a minty wash, something gentle and comforting. As each sense is softly dimmed, your nervous system follows suit. Your breath deepens. Your muscles unwind. Your thoughts begin to soften. This isn't just routine, it's ritual. A nightly sequence that signals to your entire being, it's time. Let every sense grow quieter. Let the outside world fall away. And let your inner world prepare for dreams. 66. The Swiss cheese method. Falling asleep can feel overwhelming when your mind is tangled with thoughts, worries, or tasks left undone. The Swiss cheese method is a gentle way to release that weight, not by solving everything, but by poking small, manageable holes in it. Just like Swiss cheese, your mental overload doesn't have to disappear entirely. It just needs space. Before bed, if your mind feels full, sit for a few minutes with a notebook or even just in thought. Pick one small piece of the mental clutter. Maybe it's a to-do item, a conversation you're replaying, or a worry about tomorrow. Now poke a hole in it. Write it down. Break it into a tiny next step. Or even say, I'll think about this tomorrow at 10 a.m. Each hole you poke lets a little pressure out of your mind. You don't have to empty the block, just make it breathable. The brain likes closure. It doesn't need to finish everything, but it feels better when things are contained. Once you've poked a few holes, return to your body. Stretch, breathe, listen to something soft. Let your thoughts become lighter. Let your mind become spacious. The Swiss cheese method isn't about control, it's about release. A soft kind of mental hygiene. So tonight, poke a few holes in the pressure. Then crawl into bed knowing you've made space for stillness. For softness. For sleep. 67. Cool your feet. It might surprise you, but one of the simplest ways to fall asleep faster is by cooling down your feet. That's because your body naturally lowers its core temperature to prepare for sleep, and your feet are excellent temperature regulators. When your feet are warm, the blood vessels expand, a process called vasodilation, allowing heat to escape from the body. But here's the trick, the feet don't need to stay warm, they just need to help that heat leave. Once they do, and the rest of your body cools slightly, the brain gets the message, it's time to sleep. For some, wearing socks to bed helps kickstart this process. For others, especially in warmer weather, cooling the feet down is the magic move. Try sticking your feet out from under the covers. Or run them briefly under cool water before slipping into bed. You can even place a cold water bottle at the foot of the bed to gently draw warmth away. The goal isn't to make your feet cold, but comfortable. Slightly cooler feet mean a slightly cooler core, and that's what lets your body shift gears into deeper sleep. If you've ever tossed and turned in the heat, you know how powerful this can be. So tonight, pay attention to your feet. Let them help you find your perfect temperature. Cool them just enough to release the day. Then let yourself melt into the mattress, soft and still. 68. No more nightcaps. The idea of a nightcap, a small alcoholic drink before bed, has long been romanticized. A glass of wine, a quiet moment, and then sleep. But in truth, alcohol disrupts your sleep more than it helps. While a drink may make you feel drowsy at first, it actually fragments your rest. It reduces REM sleep, the phase where dreams occur and the brain processes emotions. It can also cause you to wake up more often throughout the night, even if you don't remember it. And once its effects wear off, your body has to work harder to rebalance itself, often leading to early awakenings, dehydration, or a racing heart in the middle of the night. The no more nightcaps rule is about honoring your sleep enough to let it unfold naturally without interference. Try replacing the ritual with a non-alcoholic drink that still feels special, like chamomile tea, warm almond milk, or a calming herbal blend. Keep the atmosphere, dim lights, quiet music, a cozy chair. Just change the ingredient. It's not about restriction, it's about choosing what nourishes you. Over time, You may find that your sleep deepens. Your dreams return. You wake feeling clearer, not foggy. So tonight, skip the wine. Let your ritual remain, but let it serve your rest. And toast, instead, to clarity, to peace, to sleep uninterrupted. 69. Invisible workout. You don't always need a gym, equipment, or even a full hour to move your body in a way that supports better sleep. The invisible workout is a soft, subtle series of motions you can do throughout the day. Quiet stretches, deep breaths, mindful steps that gently prepare your body for rest. The key is to stay consistent and intentional. Movement regulates your circadian rhythm, reduces stress hormones like cortisol, and helps expend energy so your body feels ready to rest at night. But unlike intense workouts done too close to bedtime, which can actually keep you up, the invisible workout focuses on light, steady movement. A few stretches in the morning, a slow walk after dinner, gentle twists before bed. Even standing and rolling your shoulders during work counts. This isn't about breaking a sweat, it's about maintaining flow. Movement keeps your body in rhythm. When that rhythm is smooth, sleep comes more easily. You're not holding tension in your hips or jaw. Your breath moves freely, and your nervous system learns to shift gears without resistance. So think of your day as a slow, graceful dance. Sprinkle it with small, invisible motions that release what's stuck. And by nightfall, your body will already be whispering, "Thank you." Let that whisper carry you to sleep. 70. Evening walk wind down. As the sun begins to set, your body craves signals that the day is ending. One of the most gentle and effective ways to deliver that signal is with an evening walk. It doesn't need to be long or fast, just a slow, mindful stroll under fading light. This evening walk wind down serves a quiet but powerful purpose. It tells your brain that it's time to shift gears. As you move, stress hormones like cortisol begin to drop. Your breathing slows. Muscles unwind. Your mind detaches from the chaos of the day. The walk becomes a bridge from doing to resting. If you walk just before or after sunset, even better. The natural change in light helps reinforce your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock that regulates sleep. You might not feel its effects right away, but over time, this gentle habit trains your system to release melatonin more reliably at night. Don't think of this as exercise. Think of it as a ritual. Step outside. Feel the air. Let your senses take over. Notice how the world softens, colors dimming, noise receding. Let yourself dim with it. When you return home, carry that softness with you. Keep the lights low. Let quiet unfold. And when you climb into bed, your body won't resist. It will remember the rhythm. And sleep will follow like a shadow at dusk. 71. The inner librarian. Your mind stores thousands of thoughts each day, conversations, worries, tasks, dreams. At night, that mental library doesn't always close. It stays open, busy, shelving and retrieving, rereading and rewriting. The inner librarian is a gentle visualization technique that invites your mind to wind down. As you lie in bed, eyes closed, imagine a vast library inside your mind. Floor-to-ceiling shelves. Soft lighting. A peaceful hum. And there, walking slowly down the aisles, is your inner librarian. Kind, calm, unhurried. With each breath, watch them gently take a thought off a shelf, maybe a worry about tomorrow, a memory from today, and place it carefully into a quiet archive box. The librarian isn't judging or fixing, just sorting, storing, making space. As you breathe, more books are closed. The lights dim, one by one. The aisles grow quieter. You might imagine a final click, the door locking for the night. The library is closed. Nothing more needs to be filed. Your inner librarian smiles, nods, and disappears. This visualization helps your brain let go of mental clutter without force. It's not about stopping thought, it's about giving it a bedtime routine. Like tidying a room before rest. So tonight, when your thoughts feel too loud, call on your inner librarian. Let them shelve what no longer needs your attention. And fall asleep knowing your mind is safely, gently at rest. 72. Peppermint oil trick. Sleep doesn't always begin with slowing down. Sometimes, it begins with creating space. When the day's thoughts feel tangled, and your mind is buzzing with unfinished business, the peppermint oil trick steps in not as a sedative, but as a gentle reset. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room. A small, sensory invitation to begin again. Peppermint oil may be associated with energy in daytime settings, but when used with intention in the evening, its effect transforms. It becomes not a jolt, but a shift. A breath of clarity in a foggy room. Apply a drop or two to your temples, the back of your neck, or your wrists. As the coolness meets your skin, breathe deeply. Feel the icy tingle melt away the tension locked in your muscles, especially in places like your jaw, forehead, or neck, where stress loves to hide. With each breath, imagine your thoughts unraveling, your nervous system loosening its grip, your inner dialogue growing quieter. Peppermint's properties can even help relieve tension, headaches, and sinus pressure, removing physical barriers to rest. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Let the scent circulate through your senses. If you pair it with light stretching or a few minutes of guided breathing, the effect becomes even more powerful. Diffusing peppermint alongside lavender or chamomile creates an aromatic harmony, a crisp top note calming a floral foundation. It's not overpowering. It's precise. A cue. A signature of surrender. Over time, your brain links peppermint with this gentle wind down, and it becomes a sleep cue all on its own. Like a whisper in the dark that says, it's time to let go. This technique isn't about sedating your system, it's about signaling readiness. The mind relaxes when it feels safe and clear. So tonight, give yourself that signal. Let peppermint oil open the mental windows. Let it cool the corners of your busy mind. And let your breath ride that fresh air into rest, one inhale closer to dreams. 73. 5-second rule to get out of bed. True sleep health doesn't just happen at night, it starts the moment you wake up. The quality of your evening rest is directly shaped by the tone you set the instant your day begins. And that's where the 5-second rule to get out of bed becomes transformative. Developed by motivational speaker Mel Robbins, this deceptively simple method is about more than avoiding the snooze button. It's about building momentum, reclaiming agency, and honoring your body's internal rhythm. Here's how it works. The very moment your alarm rings, resist the urge to hesitate. Don't reach for your phone. Don't bargain with your brain. Instead, count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then rise. This countdown interrupts the loop of overthinking that often traps us in bed. That loop where comfort, procrastination, and doubt collide. But by engaging in a quick, purposeful action, you override your habit-driven resistance and spark clarity. This rule matters deeply for sleep because snoozing fractures your rest cycle. Every time you drift back into light, fragmented sleep, you confuse your circadian rhythm. Your body no longer knows when day begins, and that confusion echoes forward. It disrupts hormone regulation, energy levels, and even mood. But when you rise with intention, within seconds, you send a strong internal signal: the day has begun. And in doing so, you calibrate your body's clock, ensuring it's better aligned to wind down when night falls. The 5-second rule becomes even more powerful over time. It builds confidence, discipline, a quiet kind of self-respect. You stop negotiating with comfort and start acting from alignment. And your sleep becomes deeper, more restorative. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm chimes, let action replace hesitation. Count down. Stand up. Breathe in the morning air. And know that this one choice is already reshaping your night. One quiet launch. One step closer to effortless sleep. 74. Gentle wake-up plan. Waking up isn't just the end of sleep, it's the beginning of tomorrow's rest. The gentle wake-up plan honors this transition by replacing jarring alarms and rushed routines with softness, patience, and presence. It's about making the morning feel like an invitation, not an interruption. Instead of being startled awake by a harsh ringtone, try a sunrise simulation lamp or gentle chimes that gradually grow in volume. As light spills softly into the room, allow your eyes to open slowly. Don't leap out of bed. Take a full minute or two to simply breathe. Feel the sheets, listen to the quiet, and let awareness return like a tide coming in. This kind of wake-up rhythm resets your nervous system. It prevents cortisol spikes that flood the body with stress first thing in the morning. Instead, it gently activates the parasympathetic system, the rest and digest mode, allowing you to carry a sense of inner stillness into your day. Start small, stretch without urgency, rotate your wrists and ankles, sip a glass of water. Open the curtains and let sunlight grace your skin. These gestures aren't chores, they are signals. Invitations. Reminders that your body is a friend, not a machine. Add a few grounding rituals. Brush your teeth with full attention, spend a couple of minutes journaling what you feel, or step barefoot onto a cool floor. The details matter less than the mood. What you're creating is a sanctuary of ease. A gentle beginning gives your day shape, tone, and direction. And most importantly, it influences how the day will end. When you wake with grace, you carry grace into the evening. You move through your day with less tension, making it easier for your body to wind down when night arrives. This loop, soft morning, steady day, peaceful night, builds over time. Your body remembers. So tomorrow, let the light wake you kindly. Let your first thoughts be calm. Let morning feel like an embrace, and let that energy ripple forward, so that by bedtime, you return to sleep with ease, gratitude, and peace. 75. Worry window. For many people, bedtime becomes the battleground where all the day's unprocessed thoughts come rushing in. You lie down, ready to rest, but suddenly your mind is alive with everything you forgot to think about. Unfinished conversations, looming deadlines, vague anxieties, or just that awkward thing you said 3 days ago. This mental ambush is what the worry window technique helps prevent. Rather than allowing your mind to spiral the moment your head hits the pillow, you give your worries their own time and space, before you even consider crawling under the covers. The process is simple but powerful. In the early evening, somewhere between dinner and wind-down time, set aside a dedicated window of 10 to 15 minutes. Choose a quiet space. Maybe light a candle or dim the lights, signaling that this is a gentle, non-judgmental ritual. During this time, invite your thoughts to surface. Don't resist them. Let them come. Speak them aloud, write them in a journal, or simply sit and feel. Ask yourself gently, what's bothering me? What's unresolved? Is this something I need to deal with tonight, or can it wait until morning? When your timer ends, mark the closing clearly. Say aloud, that's enough for now. Close the notebook. Cap the pen. Blow out the candle. It may feel silly at first, but these physical closures signal to your brain that the processing session is over. And when those same thoughts inevitably try to resurface later that night, you have a phrase ready, we already did this. This isn't about suppressing emotions or denying real problems. It's about creating containment, a compassionate boundary between your day and your night. When you consistently show your mind that there is a safe, predictable space for your worries, it stops treating bedtime as the only opportunity to be heard. Over time, the mind begins to trust that rest is allowed. That nighttime is for healing, not ruminating. This technique gradually rewires your relationship with sleep. It removes the false pressure to silence your brain. You're not trying to stop the thoughts, you're giving them a home so they don't invade your rest. You are organizing the chaos before it becomes overwhelming. So tonight, offer yourself a window. Let your fears and stresses step into the light. Give them air. And when it's time, close that window with intention. Then, as you lay down, feel how much quieter your mind has become. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath deepen. Let your body understand. The day is done, and now you are safe to sleep.